Hello and welcome back to the 2020 Disc Golf Pro Tour Tour Championship presented by Grip 6. We have got the quarterfinal back nine at beautiful Hornets Nest Park in Charlotte, North Carolina. Jeremy Koling, Paul Ulibarri, Big Barry commentary.
Yeah, and we're going into one of the harder back nines we have in the entire world.
It sets up for a really good Tour Championship format. These 9 holes really make or break who makes it into the semifinal round. Right now, leading the way, James Conrad, bogey-free, 5 under par. Thomas Gilbert, Eric Oakley right there on his coattails at 4 under par, and a slew of other players are also in striking distance. Getting into the back 9, hole 10, par 4, 474 feet, forehand or a backhand mid-range or putter turnover. I would imagine we might see that from Conrad. Trying to get to about these trees right here. From there, it's just a 240-foot pitch up to the pin. 2 different routes you can go, the left side or the right side. They're both equally pretty accessible. One of the easier birdies on the course. Looking to get that Raptor nice. Oh, and that's way too wide, and that kicks left.
Yeah, nice and wide. That's what we're looking to get that Raptor. Nice and wide on the tree. Kick it left into the woods. No chance. I think Emerson can make the correction.
And that's more what you're looking for. After the... Whoa, and that actually had so much zip on it. I thought that was moving right. Just continued going straight. Emerson's started to right the ship after a very slow start. 2 birdies in the last 3 holes and back to under par. This is a course where you... In this format, 5 under advanced in round 1.
Right, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
come on.
Oh,
Tie.
actually, no.
I thought that was
I
perfect.
apologize. 2 6-unders and 2 7-unders.
That's right,
qualified. But I feel like 6 under is a good mark.
Agreed.
It's kind of the safe number that you kind of know going into the round that should be good enough to get you on. And James Conrad running to his first bit of trouble off the tee. Philo with a nice correction. That is a tough shot to throw for a backhand, but Philo's so smooth with those throws. And this is an ESP surge. Oh, and kicking right. That.
God, how did I pull that? I thought it was going to be it. I wasn't expecting it to flip up.
Luke Humphreys walking with Paul Ulibarri on this quarterfinal round here.
Caddying for me. Shout out to Luke. Thank you.
James with a nice effort from not the greatest spot off the tee. That'll be a long look for the bird. Emerson from the knee. Good angle, good skip. That's 27 feet left for the birdie.
Yeah, that was a lot of power with what looked like it wasn't a mid-range. It looked like a fairway maybe. Or no, pardon me, I just messed that whole sentence up. Scratch, rewind.
Not a fairway, you thought it was a
I
mid-range?
thought it was a mid-range.
Okay. I don't know. I thought it was a bit of a fairway.
Maybe a
but
Justice?
No. You
No?
think?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe not.
I
Just
won't.
spitballing ideas here with you. Huh?
I don't think of Justice. I don't think they fly that straight. James from way downtown, just right side chains. That'll be a short putt for the par. So Emerson, the only birdie look in the group from 27 feet. That is a good swing. And now he's 3 down the last 4 holes. Getting that momentum.
Yeah, he's plugging along for sure. Which is what you need to do right now. You need to get birdies, and the rest of us are not getting birdies on that hole.
Not on this one.
We wanted to, and we should have. Yeah, it's one of the easier birdies, I feel like.
Yeah, get in there. Let's go, dude. Oh.
James is mic'd up and had nothing to say about that. Wow.
I know. Maybe you
That
could
man is
put my
focused.
voice on James's face right there.
Or maybe that was James talking the whole time. Yeah. It just sounded so much like you. I thought it was.
Oh no.
Hole 11, par 4, 651 feet. Really one of the more challenging par 4s on the course. A beautiful hole. A slight turn to the right off the tee, all the way down to about this point here where it starts the swing back to the left just a bit. Takes 2 incredibly accurate, well-placed shots to get anywhere close for the birdie look. Oh, that is tracking. That was tracking nice, just a little bit too inside. That beats that last corner there. That was going to be in prime position. And is this a nuke? Oh. That's going to need some love.
It didn't deserve really any love. Everybody deserves love.
First off, let me go ahead and
Yeah.
say everyone deserves love. You deserve to be loved. But that shot didn't.
No.
James Conrad, he is unable to beat that
deserved
corner.
more love than
Yeah,
mine.
that was so close. Just like Emerson's, it looked like that had made its way around the corner, just not quite fast enough. So Conrad's going to have to do a bit of scrambling. See if Philo can get off the tee. This is looking nice. Come on. Yes, just barely. And you can tell the difference between Emerson's shot and Philo's shot was just mere inches. But the result ended up being quite a bit different.
I kept my mask on, that way nobody knew I shanked it in there. There's a really good...
Wow, that really wasn't like much of a scramble. That was a pretty attacking shot. Good effort for James.
Yeah, that'll put him in good position to just get up and down, which par on this hole is lovely.
And now for your third shot from the fairway.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do this like little hyzer flip through the gap. Get going. Go in.
Oh.
Doesn't go
my
in.
God.
Keeps going away from the in.
That was such a sick shot, though.
Yeah, I was curious to see how close it was
That
to
was
going
so
in because,
close.
yeah, the crowd was like, ooh, and then I was like, oh, yeah, I'm parked, and I got up there in a billion miles. But take what you can get when you're in the woods.
Philo taking that one. Is that kind of...
Does the same thing. Those leaves kind of, yeah,
Wow.
nothing really stops. They just kind of keep going. But
Yeah, I mean...
you'll take that for a birdie? Are you
to
kidding me?
get past those 2 trees there that snaked through. Certainly not complaining about that. And Emerson able to put the brakes on with his long putt.
Yeah, and you were right. James got aggressive from that left side and was able to give him an outside chance.
That's crazy. I mean, if he can next on this putt, that would have just
chain
been
high. Yeah, that's great effort.
Drop. Drop.
That will be.
It did drop.
That will be a bogey. So that applause you just heard in the background was actually Eric Oakley. A nice birdie putt from Philo. It was Eric Oakley hitting like a 70-foot putt on hole 18 to go from 5 under to 6 under par. The first score is in the clubhouse, setting the mark there at 6 under par. So a hot round for Eric Oakley.
So now we have a mark, though.
Now you know what you have to do. And this is when UDISC really comes in handy, and the whole event itself, this is why it really tests the nerves. Is you know what you have to do. This isn't about just playing the course. You're playing the field. You have to know what score you need to get to, and you have to pick and choose your places. Hole 12, par 4, 819 feet. This is a tough place to pick for one of those birdies because you have to throw so far off the tee to get into any sort of position to go through this tunnel and on your second shot to get up there for a look for the birdie. Are you checking UDISC at this point?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
What
we
point
all
did
were.
you start?
Hole 1.
Really, you were already looking at it?
Pretty early. Pretty early, yeah. I'm a big score watcher.
Philo pushing that right side. This needs to get a little bit of a skip, and
I don't ever want to be in a situation where I look and then it changes my mood or the way that I play.
Right. That's a tough thing to control. I mean,
yeah, I know, absolutely, especially in a format like this.
Right. In a stroke play event, I could see how you might be more used to it, but we're not used to this format.
Nice, man.
Get down quick. Oh, yeah.
Good shot.
Only problem with that is if that had just moved a little bit more left, but that's in prime position.
And it was bizarre because all of a sudden we had like kind of a raging headwind.
Mm-hmm.
Like ripping up this hill, raging left to right headwind.
No.
You see his get just drifted.
Oh, hyzer, James. It's not hard.
So James will have to scramble once again. This is third consecutive hole now on the back 9. Maybe just protecting that early lead a bit. I mean, I know he's trying to play for good positioning, but the main thing now for him is just to not throw strokes away.
Right.
Whereas everyone else has got to play catch up, 4 back.
No, and yeah, exactly. He's the one person who's played this course the way you're supposed to play it. Get him on the front 9,
Yep.
maintain on the back, and he's doing a good job, but he's going to need to do something special from here because this is not what you want. Because now he's in a spot where a really good drive would have landed.
Yeah, and that's going to be definitely some work left for Conrad to try to save that par. And we have now seen the forehand count for Conrad now is 3 for the round. Do you want to make up an animal for that?
I think this is that same mid-range that he threw from the knee, was it?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. You're right.
Emerson with great angle. Okay.
Yeah, that was really great.
So he'll have a long putt for the tough birdie. Trying to just match what Emerson just did, just a bit too early, but look at that fighter. My word, that worked its way all the way up there. James with his third.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Needed it. Made it happen. Oh, no. Did he say thank you?
Maybe.
So Philo, after a nice drive, is going to drop a stroke once again. Only one par in the last 9 holes for Philo as Emerson is turning on the heaters. A great putt from 50 feet on the elevated basket.
And that gives him a chance, you know, that
Yeah, absolutely.
momentum in his direction, all of that stuff. This is a big time putt from Emerson. And we all could feel it, you know, on the card.
Sure.
We're like,
Well, he 5 down in the last 7 holes after starting off 1 over through the first 6. And James just outside the circle, the perfect place for him. As you know, he likes to lunge into those putts, and that was high and true and center, and a great par save.
I would love to see how far that would have flown if it didn't hit the basket.
Yeah, that thing was moving. And that's why he's so good from 100 feet, is he kind of puts the same pace from 60 as he does from 35.
Right.
Just puts it right in there between the top link and the bottom link. Always keeps it right there on the pole, and he just pushes through the basket. Kind of like we saw Ezra do so many times in round 1. And Thomas Gilbert. Hole 13, par 3, 419 feet. It's a hole that we really only play for the Disc Golf Pro Tour Championship, even though the tee-pad is there year long. Forehand Anheuser probably suits the fairway the best, but a backhand mid-range is also a good play if you have that kind of distance. Once you get over the hill, that hillside will slope down and kind of take your disc down there. Emerson, that looks really nice. If that can put the brakes on.
And that was perfect. Absolutely perfect.
He gave the double fist bump. He loves it, and why not?
No. How are you going to throw it so wide? Get left.
And folks, that's not a good place to be.
Thick.
Yeah, there are places you can get up and down relatively easy, and there's places that you cannot get up and down no matter what you do. It just really all depends about that lie. Just needed to be a bit slower, perhaps, to make that drift to the left. It was very close to the right shot. Philo very smooth, one step. That needs to be the corner. I haven't seen a better backhand than that. That's as good as you can throw it.
Well, you missed Emerson's.
Is it closer?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I mean, we didn't really see the catch cam on that one. And look at James. 3 sidearms and a thumber so far from the long-haired wonder from Blacksburg, Virginia. And that's a good run to give it the right height and still keep it right behind the basket on that downslope green. And yeah, there's Emerson's drive, and that's pretty amazing to see 2 backhand drives as slopey as that green is to get one to come in that close. That is really flexing on perfect angle. Two birdies and a great par save from James Conrad on hole 13, and a par for you as well. It's at that point now where it's got to be pedal to the metal. It's got to be birdies from here on out, essentially, for you and Philo, I feel like, to put yourself in position. Emerson just needs a couple more to feel secure with his game, and if James can continue to take pars, He's going to be right there on the cusp. He's probably going to need maybe one more birdie, and the par is out to secure a spot into the into the next round. But don't quite know yet because the 2:30 tee time has not finished quite yet. Oh, this is drifting left and kicking left. Emerson doing what he needed to do by making that initial gap, but that's not going to be an easy par from there.
Yeah, he's going to have to do another sidearm, probably kneeling.
Mm-hmm.
He's had a few of those today, though. He's been able to make it happen.
Yeah, he's connected successfully on all of those so far. Philo knows that each missed birdie opportunity hurts so much more at this point in the round. James, this is turning right. If this can keep going somehow, okay, that has done most of the work, and that is excellent. That will be an easy par. That could have done so many other things and been in just a truly awful spot. What is that? No way. Are you kidding me? Unreal. Is that your mantis?
Yeah.
So this is the... Okay, be quiet.
Ding.
I can assure you one thing. You're never going to see a better backhand than that on this hole. You're just never going to see one.
Yeah.
You're never going to see one closer. I mean,
This is the number one.
Yeah, it's the hardest hole in the course, and it's kind of surprising. It only averages 3.33, 3.75 average in round one. Philo needs to make that putt, or his chances are kaput.
Toasted oats.
Big shot for Emerson. And very nicely done. He's got a little bit of work left to do on his putt. James from 70 feet. I want to say that was a conservative bid, but it really wasn't. He was trying to make that and left a little bit left there on the plate.
Yeah, a little something to be desired.
Philo coming up short and left, and that bogey kind of nails the coffin shut. And Emerson coming up shorter than it looked from the catch cam, and that bogey is going to hurt that momentum, as he was 5 down in the last 7 holes. It's going to bring him back to 3 under par. There are still a couple birdies left to get on the course, and like we said, 3 under par. He needs 2, maybe 3 more birdies. That a bogey really costly at this point. Conrad, look at that stretch of pars. Got all the work done early.
Yes, that's what we need to do here. You need to get him on the front, and then he did that, and now he's essentially just has to par out, because Emerson just, if he beats this card, he's in.
Yeah, right, because, if he beats this card with a score that's similar to where he's at now.
Well, right.
Because there's other scores that are
which is
coming
what we're
in
kind
now.
of talking about. If he pars out and he beats the card,
Right.
looking pretty good, pretty smooth for the guy.
We're going to head to the Gauntlet now, famous hole in Charlotte, and let's get Paul for the hole breakdown.
This 321-foot par 3 might look straightforward. Well, that's because it is. Hit the Mando gap and you will be rewarded with an easy par or maybe even birdie. Miss the gap and bogey is inevitable. Let's see how it plays out.
I guess technically it is straightforward.
Straightforward,
You just
yes.
want to go straight forward to the basket.
Yeah.
Just missed that. Oh. And that's the difference between being 15 feet long and 40 feet short.
Very observant, Jeremy. But you are correct.
It's my job to be observant.
And that's the difference from being out of the gap.
That's the difference between...
Yeah, right, I'm being mean. I'm sorry.
James...
I was angry because I hit the tree.
I know.
I was biased.
Conrad, once again, that's kind of in that position where I just cannot expect him to not get up and down for the par, and that will be 9 consecutive at this point if he is able to do so.
Oh, he's kind of in a tricky spot, actually.
Emerson making the mandatory, but kicking left. He really needed the birdie here on the gauntlet. The birdies only get harder from here on out. Philo's still playing for pride. He still takes every shot serious, and
He really does. That's one thing that I saw, especially in this round, is he took his time on all of these shots.
mm-hmm. I mean, did you have any confirmation from him that he was checking UDISC throughout the round?
No, I'm not sure if Philo is a score watcher or not.
So
I mean, he had to have known that
Yeah.
he's getting beat by the whole card, and even par ain't going to cut it.
right.
But maybe he doesn't even know what his score is.
That's very possible as well.
Sometimes I'm playing, and I don't know.
Sometimes when I get bogeys, my mind blanks out, and I don't know where I am or what I'm doing or
Yeah.
what hand I am. Big putt. Sad result.
Better result. Center.
Well, same result, but par if we're talking about the overall result.
I wish there was no video of that.
Yeah. Of which part?
I wish I hit where Philo did and then got up and down sweet like.
Instead of through a sweet drive and then miss your putt.
Yeah.
And James continuing his par ways. Uh-oh.
Should have went with Red Boy.
Red Boy?
Yeah,
Is it a different putter? Or a
Yeah.
different disc on the tee?
Mike Flippy guy.
Okay.
Hole 16, par 3, 357 feet. One of the more difficult traditional holes on the course. One of the original holes on the course that we still get to play. And it really hasn't gotten much easier throughout the years. The sidearm gap and the backhand gap are both very accessible, but they both require perfect height control and just an absolutely dead straight shot.
I want my disc to fly like those are
Yeah.
flying,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm going to do. Spoiler.
Spoiled egg.
I was doing the reverse spoiler for you guys, since you always get us out there. Now what are you going to say in the comments, huh? Huh?
I can't. James, I mean, double kicking down the fairway, out of position for birdie.
He'll love it. Yeah, he'll love
He's
it, though.
gonna have an up and down for the 10th consecutive par. It's kind of an outrageous stretch. I don't think I've ever seen anything as far as this many pars consecutive on any of our coverages in the past.
But he's kind of doing what you need to do. He's getting
Sure.
pars. He's nothing bad's really happening.
It's just, I mean, he's still playing for birdie. It's like,
Yeah, for sure.
it's not like he's not playing for the birdie. Well, Philo went for the hyzer route. Now he's going to have to go the Anheuser route. This hole is just so hard at the
This hole is hard.
The sunken tee, the tee actually used to be higher in the past, and then they did a bunch of service work on this big greenway down the middle. And when they put in the new tee pad and that big, beautiful wooden structure, the tee pad is actually lower than it used to be. And it makes this tee shot so much harder than it was in the past. Just trying to give yourself a long look for the par.
Yeah, that was a tough little spot.
Yeah. Emerson needed that one to skip in.
Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
James still trying to make them.
Still pressing. And the scores are now officially in. As this long putt for par is in. And that somewhat keeps you still in it because there are 2 6-unders. Actually, I believe 3 6-unders, excuse me. Austin Hannum, Kyle Klein from the 230 group, and Eric Oakley from the first group.
No, and that's what I was thinking. I thought if I make this, you know, James he's parring along. He ain't guaranteed a par.
Yep.
And if I can sneak in some sort of eagle, birdie, ace finish, or, you know, as a player, it's your job to figure it out and press. And of course I'm pressing, thinking that. And so are the rest of the cards. Like, how could I possibly get in position to the next hole?
Sure.
You know, whatever you got to do.
Well, in this situation now, the only person that you can beat to get in is James Conrad. And it's going to require a bogey in his part and something miraculous. You need to go eagle birdie to finish. Emerson Keith needs to go birdie, and James has to get a bogey because James is now leading the card in tour points as well. So he has the tie break to his advantage.
And it's totally doable. I mean, these are not easy holes. We're in the woods, and it's treacherous.
Yeah, and I mean, hole 17, which I'd never seen eagled before in my entire life, has now been eagled 2 consecutive rounds, with including the practice round. It's got to happen. It's got to be here. I think I've seen that drive before. Oh, my word. That's as good as you can throw it.
Yeah, I kind of nestled up against that tree.
Yeah, that's not the greatest break, but
it's far.
Emphasis on you. That's as good as you can throw it. Ezra Adderhold was past the corner. He can throw it better.
He threw through the left gap, flipped it, kind of got the little flippy thing.
I'm just saying, it's as good as you can throw it. Which is not it's not a slight. Emerson, that is treacherous.
Yeah.
Especially after James throwing his drive down the middle. Not in position to bogey. Safe to say that if James is able to take a par, at least a par on hole 17, can't imagine him taking a bogey on 18, and that would seal the deal. But regardless, Emerson has to do what he can to try to scramble up there and get himself some look for the birdie. And I don't think that's going to do it.
No, he's still going to press, though.
Sure, of course. It's going to take some crazy route that at some point is going to have to get lucky for Emerson to get from where his second shot is to the basket.
Oh, you mean like something like this?
Yeah, that little kick was not the lucky he was.
No, but that was
needing.
That was heading in the right direction.
Yeah, sure. I've seen it happen before. James, a little bit past the landing zone, but should be okay.
Come on.
Yeah.
Why'd you have to grow right there?
Why'd you have to grow right there? Oh, man, that's a bummer.
But I can throw a little skip shot around this corner. I think we were talking about we needed a 2.
Oh, not just the...
No, yeah. That's
yeah,
where I thought it was.
Yeah,
like, we needed 2. James had already made the corner.
Yep. Oh.
Did the job, you know? Hit the first gap, and then you kind of got to roll the dice. Because I did have a shot to get around the corner to probably like a 40, 45 footer or something like that.
Okay. Ah, man, that was so much farther down the fairway than I've ever been. I don't even know what it looks like up there. Not after one, at least.
Look at this shot, though.
All right. James still fighting for birdies. He doesn't need them. Doesn't need anything right now besides pitch it to the rock, tap it in, and then pitch it middle of the fairway and take his par on 18. I mean, I kind of want to see him not make this putt just to see the longest par streak in disc golf history. Emerson was running it. Well, I suppose there could be an ace on 18, and James could somehow bogey it.
I was thinking, like, James is aggressive. He's going to putt this.
Yeah.
And if he putts it,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Who knows? Okay.
And he's probably thinking the same thing.
I mean, again, this is not a man who's conceded anything yet. That's not a putt that you make unless you really buckle down and focus on it. That's an incredible putt. So what does James do? WWJD. Philo. Another one falling out the chains. Inconsequential, of course, but still hurts.
James laid up a long time ago.
He laid up.
Yeah, he's one of those golfers.
I'm happy for him, but at the same time, like, I've never seen him do it, but that is understanding the situation, and so hats off to him for knowing what he has to do. I think Philo just now realized that he's not going to make it to the semifinals.
You just looked at the scores.
Hole 18, par 3, 486 feet. And the only way this can become interesting is if James throws it backwards and Paul aces it.
Or Emerson.
Or Emerson. You guys are tied right now, I believe.
Tie ball game.
3 under. Okay, so two players have a chance at a hole-in-one.
This is far.
Yeah, this is far.
How far is it?
46. It's downhill. It's reachable. We saw Simon spit out in practice.
Get through.
Get through. Yeah. Get through and pick up speed.
I really don't want to walk in there and play that.
Somehow find like a softball launcher and go boom.
Yeah, something.
Redirect it.
I don't know.
James, look at that.
I was still trying, you know? He's going putter.
Yep. That is a human being who knows the situation well and just pitches it between the two yellow stakes in the fairway, and that'll be a jump putt up to the pin and 14 straight pars to finish the round or something crazy. He birdied hole 7, so 11 consecutive pars for James Conrad. That is really taking care of that lead.
Padding those 5 strokes.
Yeah.
And protecting them
Emerson's
like a national treasure.
Emerson's ace run. Oh, no! No way!
Ever. Amazing. Putts her in the basket, come right out.
Well, this is the first time we've seen a follow flight for a disc that ended up 50 feet from the pin. But I've never seen one hit the base before. Oh, it's a Jomez. Okay, that's fair. Well done, Jomez. That's a tough break. All right, this needs to go in, and James needs to throw it in the street 4 times. Okay, nope.
Still giving it a go.
Yeah, sure, of course. I mean, if there's one person that doesn't understand the word quit, it's you, my friend.
What's that?
It's a 4-letter word that you will never need to know the definition of. Come on, Philo. Make this. Oh, gosh. Now, if I just rolled another 3 feet back, that would have gone in. Bad joke?
No, I agree.
Emerson
I got unlucky with the roll
Yeah.
to that distance.
Emerson making the putt, getting to 4 under. That is going to be the bubble guy out of the event, unfortunately. A solid fight back after the start that he did not need. To shoot 4 under par is definitely working hard. One costly bogey on the back 9 on hole 14. And James Conrad doing all the work early, just like you're supposed to out here. And Philo Brathwaite, the 2021 tour season is coming up soon, my friend, and we look forward to seeing you then.
Sad.
Sad panda face. And look at all that par on. That's crazy to see that all from one player on the back 9 to not get a single bogey.
Got him by a stroke on the back 9.
Good job, Paul. And the 3 fire emojis going to Kyle Klein, Austin Hannum, Eric Oakley, and James Conrad will be advancing to our semifinal round. And there you have it, the final 12 players in the 2020 tour season. It is going to be very exciting from here on out. The weekend is going to bring a lot of happy faces, a very padded bank account to a couple players for sure. It is going to be extremely exciting.
Absolutely. And as the tournament progresses, the pressure gets thicker.
Oh my goodness.
And it's going to be really fun to watch.
We'll be there. We hope you join along for the ride. Thanks as always to the Founders Club. You guys are the true MVPs of every touring season. We thank you so much for your support. Tune in tomorrow for 3rd round action at the 2020 Disc Golf Pro Tour Championship.